Don is running behind because I got all caught up in Matt's story with his Challenger, but we'll get back to him in just a minute. Celebrating 10 years of award-winning car talk, it's the In-Wheel Time Car Show. Today coming to you from the monthly Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In. This weekend, we're at 59 near Kirby. If you want to come and join us out here, come on down. It's the Lupe Tortilla. You take the Shepherd exit coming or going. We've got coming up the car clinic. We've got this week's Auto News headlines. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We need more Jeff Zekin.
We do.
And Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong, and our guest in the remote studio today is a good friend of mine, Mr. Matt England. And Matthew, David was asking me, well, who is he?
Who is that guy?
Who is that?
And actually, he is my counterpart in the other helicopter.
Oh.
Yeah.
The only difference is that he doesn't talk. He just shoots all the pictures.
Yeah, so I don't
Very
have to.
good.
Yeah.
So he is what is it at Channel 2? What do they call it over there?
Oh, is
Sky
it
2?
Sky 2 and
Channel 11 calls it
Failure?
yeah. Oh. Air 11
Air 11
and Sky Fox or
yeah. So anyway, whatever label they put on it. He said it. I didn't.
That's right. I didn't say it either.
I said it.
All emails
Jeff,
go to Jeff
Jeff,
Zekin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff at
So
InWheelTime.com.
yeah.
That's right.
It's
I don't
only
watch
his,
the news. So
It's
I don't
only
know.
his job, and I think that all the upper crust in St. Louis are watching.
Yeah.
So that's okay. You just got him fired.
Yeah, thank you very much. I said nothing.
He
No,
said
I
nothing.
said it.
Well, the other
And
thing
I
that,
meant it.
the
Colonel
other thing,
Klink.
the other thing that Matt does that I wanted to bring up is that he works also on a part-time basis, fill in whatever you want to call it, for the Houston Astros, and is
very cool.
down there next to the dugout. And
Yeah,
I don't even know how to describe your job, but it's really cool.
That is just whenever I got the opportunity, got the time type of thing. I don't let it interfere with
Right.
our main gig. That is basically setting up if you ever watch MLB Network and it's got the ballpark cam, and there's one on depending on which one you're looking at, first base or third base side, and it gives you that on-field look. And there's also one in center field that gives you the whole wide look for MLB
Right.
Network specifically. And sometimes they do interviews and with players, coaches, and so I set out the headsets, all this stuff, like doing what you're doing, feed the cable, connect all that, hand over the IFB mics and to anybody, and then after that,
Don't you also work the
truck?
the replay thing for
Yes, if on a rotation, if
There's a call
somebody
made,
needs-
they got to look at the things.
Right, then I'll sit there on the other side, on the third base side, and if the umps call out, and then you got to run out there with the headsets and hand them over. And
It's really a cool
Yeah.
job. So have you come close to getting hit by a foul ball?
actually, it was, I think, my first day because
Then you learn to move.
You were
Yeah.
You were on second base.
we were on third. I was on the third base side, and we're watching the game, and Altuve, he's got that wicked,
Yeah.
nice golf swing, and sometimes it turns into a hook, and it went right through between the bars and almost took out somebody because it went right past us, and I was like,
At
okay,
1,000 miles
an
an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Well, I have gotten hit by a ball, but that was way back. My first job ever was at Wrigley Field in Chicago. I was an usher there in the outfield. And they had a whole thing where there's two stairwells that go into the tunnel underneath the bleachers in Wrigley Field, and you had two ushers that had to stand on either side and make sure people didn't go down there. And I'm zoning out during a batting practice, spacing out and just staring at things, watching them hit the home run, the balls, and all of a sudden I'm so out of it. I'm watching this ball get bigger, like that's coming pretty close. Wow, and I'm zoned out completely. Thankfully, they'd open the gates and somebody tapped me on the shoulder to ask me a question, snapped me out. I duck, hits both my shoulder blades, cracks him in the hand. He goes, I didn't even see that ball coming. I'm like, you just saved my life, because I was so out of it. It was coming right at me.
Probably only doing about 100 miles an hour.
Exactly, yeah. And I was like, and I'm just out there like, oh, it's getting bigger.
You say you set up cameras and things. What are you doing next weekend?
Oh, you want to? I know. I thought about that show, and I was like, I want to go. And my wife's really into. She is into cars. She works overnights on Fridays, but she would definitely stay up and want to head over.
Well, you could take her to a nice seafood dinner down there.
I agree because I've heard about that place a lot, and we have not had an opportunity.
Yep.
I'd like to.
Well, come on down.
I say I will.
We got the connection.
Bring the TA.
I know, right? Definitely.
Bring the
TA.
TA.
We would definitely take that. We did a scavenger hunt for somebody did a scavenger hunt in 2019. We did that with the car. It was a whole thing where you went up into the
well,
the
you actually went on a cruise with Jeff and I.
That's right. We did that. That was fun.
That was fun. Was that about a year ago?
Yeah, something like that.
And then
like that.
when Conrad did actually have the Cutlass running, he was there as well.
Yep.
I have a picture to prove it, but that's.
Well, we don't remember that because it's been so long since the Cutlass ran.
Yeah,
and
really.
I know that Conrad's probably up and watching or
listening.
listening to the show right now. So we're asking him every single weekend.
Someday
Would you please fix the ignition switch in the Cutlass?
He's not home. We could go to his house and have it towed.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. And then
At his
send
expense.
Send him the bill.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what does your wife drive? You said she's a car lady.
She loves the cars, but she also likes having a lot of room and sensibility. So she has
which most wives,
a Honda Odyssey minivan.
Okay, there you go.
Hey, fits in.
Well,
That's it.
did you hear
show.
the Ainsley story about his purchase over there?
I did. As I was coming over here, I heard most of it. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
It's right out there.
$10,000 minivan, and we.
Yeah, she would have. I don't know about the color, but she would have loved everything else about it.
Oh, the color's great. Leave the colors alone.
Exactly. Well, let's think about it. The color at that thing is 18 years old, 17 years old.
Yeah.
That color was hot then.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the color to have.
I missed. She has a 2010. What year is that as well?
What year is yours, David?
2003.
His is 2003.
Oh,
2003.
Yeah.
Yeah. With
there you go.
There's a very nice car.
Wow.
I believe we've interviewed him before. That's the. Is
think
that the
so.
Testarossa?
That's
Yes.
the Testarossa. Yeah, I haven't seen one of those in forever.
Yeah, it's really a nice car.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, so we'll interview him.
So she's got a minivan. You have kids, obviously, or
Yeah, 2 teenage boys, and the oldest now is driving a beat up truck that I picked up just to. It is what it is. It's free, and you can't argue with it.
There's nothing wrong with old beat-up cars that you hand down to your kids and let them deal with it.
And I tell you, I had the most fun with my first car because what did you care about? You went from point A to point B with the thing. You just kept it running.
Well, I'm glad that you felt that way. I didn't.
You didn't?
No, because
what was your
I
first?
had the '65 Corsa.
Really?
It had the 4 one-barrel carburetors and a 4-speed transmission on it, and that thing ran fabulous. Of course, at the time when I bought it, I was working at the Chevrolet dealership.
Yeah.
And the guy was a customer of mine. He'd brought it in because it wouldn't shift anymore. Well, it needed a shift tube because it also has a transaxle.
Oh, okay.
And this tube is a series of tubes inside of a tube that goes from the shifter to the back. Well, it needed a new shift tube, however many there are, 4 of them inside of each other. And it was, I think, $500. He couldn't afford it. He said, just keep the car. Okay, so the dealership, all they wanted was their money out of it.
Yeah.
So I paid them $500, and I had me a running car.
Very nice.
And it only ran on 2 of the 4 carburetors because whoever had it before me, this guy, he never got into it. And it was one of those, series activated 4 carburetor things.
Right.
So it ran on 2 until you get about half throttle, then the other 2 carburetors would kick in. So it just so happens that the tune-up guy rebuilt all of my carburetors. I bought the kit, paid him a few dollars, and and brand new carburetors on there. And oh my God, that thing would scream.
Yeah.
And it was a sweet ride, and that really was impetus in me getting the '66 Corvair.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What a
There seems
pain.
to be a pattern with shifters and linkage.
It
Right,
is.
yeah, with
There is
Donner.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So your problem will wind up being clutch.
Yeah, eventually. And
Oh, don't do clutches. Sorry.
We don't do clutches.
No, okay. I've dropped the trans on I was a Camaro guy forever. I've had 6.
Oh, wow.
And I dropped a trans in a gravel driveway just to replace the clutch. And I was like,
Incredible. How do you do that? With no
youth. Yeah,
You-
it takes a lot of youth so that you don't hurt your back.
Yeah.
There's no way I do it now.
Yeah.
I tell you, my first car was an 86 Cutlass Supreme Brougham, white with red plush velvet
But you
interior.
really need to learn how to pronounce it. It's called a Brougham.
Brougham.
Brougham. Yes, but I do remember the crushed velvet interiors very vividly.
Yeah, that's right.
Fine interiors. They only lasted for about 3 years, but whatever.
If that.
He's
that.
trying to find somebody to put that in his Corvette.
Is that, yeah,
Oh
I know,
my God!
miss
Can you
it, right?
imagine? pull up to a cruise in. Hey man, check out my new interior and have a crushed velour interior.
Red.
All. Dash and all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
oh,
got to have it all wrapped.
Blood
That's
red.
right.
Blood red. Well,
Now-
that's your next project. Are you?
It is not.
As soon as you finish the Corvette shifter, you're good.
He's
You're
got
good.
he's got an adjustment issue with the track or something on your
The seat?
That's the next project.
That's the
isn't it?
next
Okay.
project.
Oh, okay. So it is.
Yeah. Well, the Corvette that I have, the 2001, a C5, it is known for this issue with the seat track, where you have it set, but it'll rock on the track. It's annoying.
Oh, yeah. You need a new bolt.
It's
That's
not.
what I said. Take it apart, look at it.
Easily. You need a new bolt.
It's a bolt and a couple of bolts actually, and some Teflon washers that go in there.
Which you can buy at any local hardware store.
I was going to say, yeah, that's probably
I'm
easier
trying to
than the
convince
shipping.
him.
Yeah, you got to do that.
I'm
Cause
trying to convince him.
The
to
only
do that
problem
rather than
is that right now I need the car, so I can't take the seat
I
out.
know.
And if I miss a part or something,
Yeah,
I'm
that-
not really willing to go without the car
milk
for a few
crate.
days.
I was going to say, come on. That's the
There are
standard
ways around
issue
it.
when you're working on it.
In my shop, we have all of those parts.
There you go.
You got milk crates, you got banana crates, you got
I tried a bucket one time,
bucket crates.
but the bucket wasn't quite big enough. The milk crate works best.
Well, you got to cut it to shape it. On the
Well,
bottom.
actually, in the C3 Corvette that I used to have, was it the C3 or C2? Anyway, it was the 77, whatever. I think it was C3.
That's C3.
Three.
You could actually remove the seat and sit on the floor and still see over the
I
dashboard.
believe
wow.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
I
I had a
believe
friend of mine, Buddy Cantu, who had a 75, and we redid the interior. Well, we didn't have all of the parts and pieces to redo the interior, so Buddy sat on the floor for months.
Oh.
And you'd be driving down the street, and he's in the car next to you, and all you could see was his head. It's like, what in the world?
So it's either the little old lady or some kid driving him.
Yeah, exactly. But it was funny. We finally got the thing fixed with, seat covers and all of that. But, those seat covers are expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Those leather seat covers, and
Oh,
his
yeah.
was silver.
Yeah.
Remember the silver
Oh,
color?
geez,
Oh,
yeah.
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 Yep.
And the ones we pulled out of there were just completely worn out and looked like hell. So we bought some new seat covers. He
And
bought
a
some new
million
seat
hog
covers.
pins.
Yeah, and trying to stretch those seat covers
Yeah.
over the frame and the foam and all
Yep.
that, it was a real pain. So
Here's what we could do. Instead of doing, you said the driver's seat is the one that has the rocking issue. Why don't we?
yeah, it doesn't work that way.
No,
No.
you can't
Why don't
switch
we
them.
do the repair on the right side? Figure out what to do to make it.
We could do that,
And then-
but I'd rather not. Nobody ever sits there, so it
Oh, I
doesn't.
do.
It doesn't rock.
Oh,
Yeah, I was in it one
He's
time.
not
that's
worried about
it.
you.
That's it.
Yeah, so it doesn't.
well,
rock.
Kathy was in it. What? A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, she was. I took her home
Yeah.
the night that we had to load up Jeff's car, and she says, "Well, I haven't ridden in the Corvette." I said, "Well, come on." So we went. And
3
I
days
gave
later.
her. I gave her a little
3
thrill
days later, they're home.
with the car. So there's that.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Okay. I do have some news stories that I wanted to get in. But thank you very much for coming and being part of the show. You don't have to leave.
No,
but
hang
don't
on.
leave.
I'll hang until you guys are ready.
Ford
Get rid
Motor
of me.
Company and its partner Argo AI will soon launch an autonomous vehicle delivery service with retail giant Walmart. They're going to start off in 3 cities. The service, which will begin later this year in Miami, Washington, and Austin,
Yes.
will use Ford Escape hybrid test vehicles equipped with Argo technology to deliver Walmart orders to customers. AI, artificial intelligence, automated,
Yeah.
no driver, in other words. The automaker is attempting to launch a self-driving vehicle business next year that will focus on commercial services. General Motors' defense arm said it won a $36.4 million contract. Are you sitting down?
Yep.
To build 10 heavy-duty armored suburban SUVs for the U.S. State
I
Department.
read that too.
let's see, 10 into 36.4 million. That's $3.6 million per vehicle. So,
but they're nice Suburbans.
Bugattis, I'm just thinking exotics here. Anyway, GM Defense said Wednesday it plans to deliver the purpose-built Suburbans over the next 2 years as part of a development contract for the department's diplomatic security service, so they can tote Nancy Pelosi around in.
Yeah, and they got a crushed red velvet interior.
That's right.
The heavy-duty Suburban is being developed for a unique protection mission. That's all they say. GM Defense said, which requires armoring and other performance enhancements. The 10 initial SUVs plus 2 test vehicles will be built at GM's proving ground in Milford, Michigan.
Wow, I know where that's at. Are we going to give them to a country that,
that wants to kill us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Possible.
Ford Motor Company said Thursday it will spend an additional $250 million and add 450 new jobs in Southeast Michigan to double production of its upcoming F-150 Lightning EV pickup. Executives say they boosted the planned production based on strong demand. Ford has received more than 150,000 reservations for the electric pickup.
Wow.
That in the form of refundable deposits that's scheduled to go on sale by the middle of next year. Okay. Have fun with that. I wanted to finish the story, though, because the 500,000 square foot site is unique among Ford plants in that it does not feature fixed assembly lines. Instead, yellow automated robots carry pieces of vehicles from one part of the plant to another. Part of the vehicles are assembled in the same area where Ford builds the gas-powered F-150s, but come to the Rouge EV Center after they've gone through the shared paint shop. Once inside the center, the vehicles are outfitted with batteries and other key components. Plant officials say it takes a couple of hours for the vehicle to wind its way through the plant before it's finished, charged, and sent out for delivery. The current pre-production models coming out of the plant are undergoing durability testing as we speak. Well, that's it for this hour of the In Wheel Time Car Show. Hour number 2 starts right after this quick break. We all know about aftermarket and online parts stores, and each one has something to offer, but they don't offer original factory parts. That's where Bayway comes in. For original factory parts, visit the Bayway stores first. Give them a call or stop by. Bayway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Bayway Chevy, and Bayway Lincoln carry a complete line of parts for the do-it-yourselfer. Keeping your new or classic original means a lot, and you can count on these fully stocked parts departments to help keep it that way. Bayway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Bayway Chevy, and Bayway Lincoln, keeping it original. Tailpipes and Tacos, Houston's premier monthly cruise-in, returns Saturday, September 18th at the Southwest Freeway Kirby location of Lupe Tortilla Tex-Mex. Tailpipes and Tacos is free and you're invited. Collector cars, hot rods, customs, magnificent originals, and resto mods will all be on display. If you're a Katy cruiser, make it a road trip, meet new friends, and see some different cruisers at the Lupe Tortilla Tex-Mex restaurant inside the Loop on the Southwest Freeway near Kirby. This is Houston's hottest cruise-in, Tailpipes and Tacos, inside the Loop at the Lupe Tortilla on the Southwest Freeway in Kirby, where you'll see the In Wheel Time Car Show. Get your ride ready, and we'll see you at the Tailpipes and Tacos Saturday morning cruise-in, September 18th, 8 to 11 a.m., weather permitting. The next Katy Tailpipes and Tacos will be announced soon. We hope to see you next weekend at the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In at the Lupe Tortilla Tex-Mex on the Southwest Freeway at Kirby. Be there. And by the way, that commercial is for this weekend. We are here at the Lupes, inside the Loop. This is called the Kirby location, and it's actually, if you drive here, you exit Shepherd coming or going, and we're right here on the south side of 69, the Southwest Freeway. Next month, on the 16th, we will be back at the Lupe Tortilla in Katy, so we invite you to join us then. Gulf Coast Auto Shield has moved to a more convenient location. Now you can visit John Gray and his staff of dedicated professionals at their new shop on the South Sam Houston Parkway between Belford and Airport in Southwest Houston. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is the best at paint correction and ceramic coatings. Clear bras and custom wraps are specialties that only Gulf Coast Auto Shield installs with award-winning accuracy, and all their services come with a warranty. Lamborghini, Aston Martin, Porsche, and Ferrari owners depend on Gulf Coast Auto Shield for their specialty services, and you should too. The in-wheel time Corvette and Cutlass have both been massaged by Gulf Coast Auto Shield, so isn't it time your vehicle visit their new shop in Southwest Houston? Call John Gray today at 832-930-5655 or visit online at gcautoshield.com. That's gcautoshield.com. Paint, coatings, wraps, and more at gcautoshield.com.